Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we're the Office Blokes, aren't we?
Yeah.
In a nice, tidy, clean,
Lovely.
clean in front of the studio. In front of the camera studio. It's true.
Yeah.
It's not so good behind there.
It's perfect.
It's a piece of paper.
Nice.
It's a piece of
Bibles
paper
are writing on it.
and about 50 post-its as well. Anyway, we are the Office Blokes and we are trying to get to 200,000 subs. So if you could do us a favour and you're not subscribed, just pop down there, hit subscribe. It means the world to us.
Otherwise, Big Mike's coming with his £1.50 sledgehammer.
Yeah.
It's
looking
true.
for you.
That is the bounty on
It'll
everyone's
happen.
heads, isn't it? £1.50 per person that you're on
do
hammer with your hammer. Anyway, right, Theo Vaughan, white privilege. I'll put it out there. I think I've seen this just because I've watched before we even did reactions. I was watching Theo Vaughan's stuff.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
I know I've seen it. If you two find it familiar, because I can't remember if I queued it up for us or not at some point.
Right. Okay.
Just let us know. But I guess we'll get into it. So Theo Vaughan, white privilege. Let's do this.
So, I grew up in my neighborhood. We didn't have a lot of diversity in my neighborhood. Diversity is always people's talking about it. And we didn't have it. You know, my neighborhood was poor black, poor white. That was our neighborhood, you know. So I didn't feel any white privilege. I know some people had it, man, you know. I knew some motherfuckers with sweaters. But I was 2 tank tops in the winter, okay? And I just didn't feel it, you know? I wish I'd have had some white privilege, dude. Sign me up. But I didn't have it, man. It was just poor black kids, poor white kids, man. And my poor black friends would always be like, man, look what you did to us. And I'm like, dude, do you think I would do all that shit to y'all and then move right next door, bro? Now, we gonna split this plum or not, dog? We're in this together, man. It was hectic sometimes. Fighting with black kids is tough. I don't know if you ever fought a bunch of black dudes, but they win. They win, dude. Dude, I got jumped one time after a football game by 5 black dudes. I don't know if you ever fought 5 black dudes at night. Just imagine you're fighting 5 black dudes, right? Now close your eyes. Now how many black dudes are you fighting? As many as your imagination can hold. And white kids are horrible too, man. It was just in poverty. It's just that's what's going on, man. And if you're a black guy and you feel like that's racially insensitive, then imagine you were fighting 5 white dudes in a cloud. Like, damn, this cloud is aggressive and accurate.
Yeah, I've watched that in the past. I like Theo, I've got to say.
I might have turned it off halfway through.
Really? I think I did say this on one of the other reactions that we did. I don't think it was to Theo Vaughan. That his latest special that I watched on Netflix, I feel like because I watch his podcast, it killed it.
Yeah.
Because I'd heard the jokes before and a lot of the references and things like that. It wasn't new to me. And I think a lot of his mind is the fact that it's quite new to you when he's making jokes. That, you know, it's got that way of thinking that a lot of people don't have.
Yeah, there's a few comedians like on that podcast circuit where they've kind of transitioned from a comedian to a podcast presenter sort of thing, and it just doesn't, for me, it just doesn't turn me on. I'm like, then I'm like, you can be funny.
Yeah.
There's certain things you're watching that are hysterical, and there's other times you watch and you think, that for me was just like,
Yeah.
it was okay, but
Not the best bit in the
you
world.
need it was short. I know it was a short bit, but I'd want to see like, another 10 minutes of that.
Yeah.
A bit more added to it, a bit more.
There's a
Fill it out a
special on Netflix over here that isn't his latest one. It's an
seen
older one. Have you watched it?
Mm-hmm.
I watched it with someone I was dating a couple of years ago, and she was relatively like serious person, and he did about 15 minutes about farting.
Yeah.
And the both of us were just crying with laughter the whole time.
Yeah.
Because it was just it was hilarious. That was a really, really good special.
Even that humour doesn't get me. It's kind of like
it's the way he did it.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It wasn't just like stood on stage making fart jokes as such.
Yeah.
There was just a way he did it that was absolutely hilarious.
But that's the thing about comedy. You get one person who delivers one thing, and one person who delivers another. Not all going to be hysterical. Not everyone can be hysterical. But you get pockets. The one who I think might be hysterical, you might think, nah, I don't get it. And it's, vice versa sort of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes with comedy, 2 or 3 comedians could have exactly the same material, but then you could have different outcomes as to whether you think
Absolutely.
it's funny or
Oh,
not.
without a doubt.
Without a doubt, because sometimes their personality just suits certain jokes, doesn't it, and certain ways of telling it. So
Look at Mitch Hedberg and put someone else on stage doing his jokes.
yeah,
And you'd just be like, what the fuck is he talking about? It makes no sense. But him and his charisma and personality makes sense.
If I was watching that Theo Vaughan for the first time without knowing who Theo Vaughan was and watched his specials before, if that was the opening bit, I'd have turned it off.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I think you're probably right if you haven't seen it before. Yeah. We've seen stuff before which is a lot better, I think, don't we? To be fair, not that we don't like the guy, he's a funny guy, but you know.
But he's one of them comedians as well where this is just for me. Where if I see his advertisement going on, it's a Theo Vaughan special, I'll just go skip by it and think I'll watch it another time.
Ah, right.
You know, when he's not one of them. There's a few lads, a few of them comedians like that where I go, I'm not going to sit there. I know I'm not going to sit there laughing my arse off at it.
Yeah.
But there's certain comedians when I see a special and I see it and I think, yep, watching that. I'll put it on now, knowing that I'll watch it.
I think because I listened to him on podcasts and stuff like that. The first time it was on Rogan and I'd never heard of him.
Yeah.
And he just sat there and talked about like eating owls when he was a kid and like all these just really obscure, like he really lent into the sort of mystique sort of thing. And I found him so funny that I've listened to him since on a lot of podcasts and things. So maybe I'm not looking at it from the same subjective angle.
I think it's a good point, the 2-minute thing, because it's only 2 minutes. If that was 2 minutes of an 8-minute long set or 10-minute long set, you could probably absorb that and it'd probably by the by.
Yeah.
That might not be funny, but everything either side might be. So you won't think much of it, but because it's a short piece as well, it's you know, you can only judge it off that, can't you? Really?
Yeah, guess so.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, he's still a funny guy though.
yeah.
Fair enough.
There you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget like and subscribe. Hit the bell. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.